what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this is Carlos. He is a new addition to the family. He just showed up here in the garage and wouldn't leave, so we kept him, and he's a good boy and he's making a lot of noise inside, so I figured I'd let him come out in the garage. Aero Gravel Bikes. What does that mean? This is considered an Aero gravel bike. Before this bike, I had a 2018 Specialized Diverge. It was an awesome bike, but I really wanted that quiver killer. I wanted a bike that was fast on gravel and also fast on the road. That led me to this bike. So after I bought this bike, I kind of started to do a little bit of research. What other Aero gravel bikes are out there that would also make awesome road bikes? So right now, and I want to disclose this before we get into this video any further, I am not an expert. These are not necessarily the top 5 Aero gravel bikes. These are just 5 gravel bikes that would also make awesome road bikes. The first bike on the list is the Scott Addict. This bike is offered in 4 different build options ranging from $3,000 up to $8,500. On all 4 of the builds, you get a carbon frame. The base model comes with a 2x11 Shimano GRX drivetrain and hydro disc brakes. This bike comes with a ton of mounts, including a top tube feed bag mount. On the top end model, you get the Synchros Creston ICSLX bars. This is an Aero style bar and stem arrangement that looks slick and hides cables. So the one thing I really liked about this bike was the look. It's a really good looking bike. And then on the top end of this bike, they've got that really cool handlebar that hides cables. And I like that this bike comes as a 2x drivetrain, because honestly, if I was gonna get a gravel bike that I was also gonna use for a road bike, I would want it to have a 2x. That's just my preference. The next bike on the list comes from 3T, and that's the 3T EXPLORO. 3T claims that this was the first bike to combine road speed and mountain toughness so you can race through the smooth sections and crush the rough stuff. There are 3 different models of this bike, including the EXPLORO Race, EXPLORO Max, and EXPLORO Pro Team. The Race and Max use the same frame, but with the Race you get 700C wheels, and with the Max you get 650B. There are a ton of different build options in all of the models of this bike, ranging all the way from $3,400 all the way up to $6,700. The next bike on the list comes from Ridley, and that's the Ridley Kanzo or Kanzo, not sure how they pronounce it, and be easy on me on the pronunciations of these bikes. I do the best I can. Ridley claims that the Kanzo Fast is the fastest gravel bike in the world. It combines a gravel specific geometry with aerodynamic tubing and wide tire clearance. The starting point in this bike comes in at 3,569 euros, which is equivalent to about $4,063. When looking at the website, you can choose between 2 different carbon frame designs and then modify the bike between several different group sets. Obviously, the more expensive the group set you choose, the more the price goes up. This bike comes with a really slick looking Aero handlebar. So one negative for me with this bike is it only is offered as a 1x drivetrain. There is no 2xs in this lineup, and there's actually not even a front mount for a 2x derailleur. And for some people, this may not be a negative, this may be a positive. But for me, if I'm gonna have a gravel bike that's also gonna be used as a road bike, I prefer that 2x drivetrain. The next bike on the list comes from Specialized, and that is the Specialized Crux. Now, if you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, the Specialized Crux is their longtime cyclocross bike, well, now Specialized has redesigned and rebranded the Crux to be a race gravel bike. Specialized claims the new Crux is the lightest gravel bike in the world. You can get this bike as a complete bike in 4 different build options. The Crux Comp comes in at $4,200, and the top of the line S-Works comes in at a ridiculously expensive $12,000. You can pick up the S-Works frame set for $5,000 and the regular Crux frame set for $3,200. All of the complete builds come as a 1x drivetrain, but there is a mount for a front derailleur if you ever wanted to go 2x. So while this bike does come with a mount for a front derailleur, if you ever wanted to run a 2x on this bike, you cannot run mechanical. You can only run an electronic front derailleur. So that's kind of a negative for me. So a complete build in the S-Works Crux comes in at only 7.25 kilograms or just under 16 pounds, which is crazy light. And last but not least on the list is the Cervelo Aspero. Now, I don't have a ton of experience with Aero Gravel Bikes, but what I can tell you is I've got over 1,000 miles on this bike. I've ridden a lot of big gravel miles on this bike and a lot of road miles so far, and it is freaking awesome. Cervelo is very clear when they claim this bike was made to do one thing: go fast. When you view this bike on their site, it says in bold at the top of the page, haul ass, not cargo. This is a gravel race bike made to go fast on any surface. The Aspero comes as 7 different build options ranging from $3,100 to $6,000. Cervelo also offers the Aspero 5, which is similar to the Aspero frame, but lighter and with more aerodynamic capabilities. The Aspero 5 is offered as 5 complete builds ranging from $6,900 to $9,700. An Aspero frame can be purchased for $2,500 and an Aspero 5 frame for $4,300. So like I said before, I am not an expert when it comes to bikes. These are 5 awesome gravel bikes that I think would also do pretty well as road bikes if you had 2 different wheel sets. I don't know everything. I'm sure there are awesome gravel bikes that are also used as road bikes that I left off this list. So if you guys have other bikes that you use also as a road bike and you want to let me know in the comments, please comment below. If you've got any questions, comment below. I'll do my best to answer them. As always, until next time, keep crushing it.